version of that. But first I'm going to do like girder arms. Whoa. Twitch just started up. Thank you. So let's do this. So I'm going to do... We're going to grab any primitive, doesn't really matter. We're going to go to Make Polymesh 3D. Go in edit mode, initialize, QCube, and then we'll go in here to QMesh, Polygroup Island, stretch this out. I guess we can do Polygroup All. And then here, and then insert single edge loop, hold down Alt, and I guess we can get rid of these two. So one thing Druss did, well, I think he did like a model kind of like, it was a drone that had arms like this, so we're going to kind of do a little bit of that. Let me think. I guess all I really need to do, if we're going to do like girders or something, we can just go in here with our slice curve, and we can just kind of start putting in, and by girders I just mean like it's a way to make steel not just be solid, be a little bit lighter, but still maintain some strength. Have little reinforced beams here. And then we can do Control Shift, we can go around the side here, and then Control W, and then we can go to QMesh Polygroup All, give it a little border, and then we can give it a little recessed border, and then we can just QMesh a single poly, just these straight through here. And now I've got a little thing, and now if we want to go in here to Geometry, Dynamic Subdiv, we could do QGrid up, and then change our coverage so we can get some nice bevels going. The only problem with that is if I want to do like a rounded shape for shoulders or elbows, that's not going to work. Let me think. Here's what we might be able to do. Let's do QGrid of 1, and let's go ahead and up. You know, we can figure this out. Okay, let's do let's do smooth subdiv of 2, QGrid off, Shift D, and let's say I want to kind of give this a kind of an inverted bend. So what I'm going to have to do is, the lazy part of me just wants to Dynamesh it, because that's how I would do it in Booleans anyway. You know what? And I'm pretty lazy, so let's do that. So I'm going to QMesh, Polygroup All. I'm just going to give myself some thickness to kind of play with here. I'm going to move these back just a bit here, and let's do it to the other side too. So QMesh, cool. Pull this back. So now I can do the best of both worlds. I can do, not crease. We're going to do, what are we going to do? Dynamesh. Not Dynamesh. Well, we are going to do Dynamesh in a second. Man, I'm lost. There we go. Dynamic, smooth subdiv off, QGrid up, coverage the way we like it. Something like this. Okay, and then we can go ahead and apply this. And then we can go ahead and project, turn off blur, and Dynamesh this. And now we're going to go to brush insert, cylinder, or I can just go to my custom menu here. We'll do 32, and we're just going to punch some holes. Scale this up here. So if I want this to rotate around, you know, let's make it a little bit bigger. So something like that. And we'll drag off another copy here. Something like that. And we'll take both of these and push them down. And temporarily we're going to go ahead, I want to make them smooth. So let's do a split mass points here. We'll do a quick crease, dynamic. No, don't apply. We want smooth subdiv. Apply. And then I can merge these back down, but before I do, I'm going to do this one to the top, Control W, this one underneath, subtractive, merge down, kill that, and let's go ahead and clip. Clip, clip, clip. Easy. No fuss, no muss. Now if I want to keep using this thing, it's 80,000 polygons, which really isn't that bad. but if you want to, you can go to Z plugin, decimation master, and you can kill it. But you know what? I'm just going to keep it. So we're going to go to, what are we doing? If we're going to make arms out of these, let me soften that a bit. Just a little smooth brush here, here, and here. Good enough. Okay. Now I'm going to go to brush, create insert mesh new, quick save, go to my guy or girl, and go to the side here. And I'm going to go ahead and split mask points. I'm going to turn off dynamic for this thing because it does not need to be dynamic. And now this can be arms here. So let me switch this over real quick. Hold on. So if I got these arms attached, they can kind of go, I think I'm going to keep it simple for now, and then maybe we can go more complex on some of the future ones here. So I'm going to put this here. And what's a natural kind of stance for arms here? Do like an A pose. Although, yeah, if those are going to be a ball and socket joint here, let's go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and put a little sphere in there. And that'll be good enough for now. Group as split mask points here. And go ahead and shrink these down a bit. LSim turned on. All right. And then for this joint here, this is going to be an elbow joint, so that can just go brush insert model kit. And we'll go ahead and just do, that's a cool one. We'll try this one. Here, split mask points, and this is a little bit, so like, let me just do a quick sketch over here. So I'm going to go, I kind of just want to get the proportions for this guy right. So I'm going to go make polymesh 3D, geometry, turn off smooth, divide, 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 divide. We'll go ahead and append this. And we'll go ahead and do a quick size up. Nope. On our paper. Size it up. Size it up. And we're going to do a little drawing. So I'm going to shoot this out front. We did this on the Pixelogic channel and my channel last time. Last week. Or Pixelogic this week, my channel last week. And let's go ahead and do a little body test here. So if I want to, I could capture this and print it out, but it's easy enough just to kind of paint on there. So I'm just going to go to standard brush, RGB, alpha. We'll do color, mRGB, fill object with flat, dark. Okay, so we got our basic shape here, which you guys can see. And if I want to put arms on here, I'm going to disregard these arms right now. So I've got a body that's this big, and I've got a little peeper viewer right in here somewhere. How do I want this thing to look? So shoulders, a little biceps, and then we want to do like hips, maybe out front, out to the side, maybe underneath. We can try both. We can have like a little thing through here so we can kind of step around, little stumpy legs. And we'll do C, grab that white, and kind of see how I want big the hands to be. Alrighty. And I guess let me do this real quick. Texture, import. Let me go to characters, containers. So what this one is a sago and rice container. Go ahead and kill that. Or we're going to turn it into a robot. So we've got this here, we've got the body here, and that's kind of the proportions I'm thinking for this guy here. Let's see, forearm. Guess we can play with it a little bit more. So forearm here. We kind of maybe want, I mean, it's going to be pretty simple too. I can give him a cigar. I don't know if it'd be a cigar. It'd probably be some sort of farm equipment. Think of a farm equipment that would look like a cigar. Let's see, some ankles maybe pop out. Thick ankles, thick knees, little thin legs. I think that'll work. Okay, so I can kind of use this as a guide. I'm just going to push this back here. And also what we can do is we can just go into solo mode here. We can just do a little Shift S, save a little screenshot up there. And then we'll go back to Matcap Gray. And we'll go back to our character here, go out of solo mode. And now I can kind of see, oh yeah, these biceps are way too long. So not flying blind here. And they don't necessarily need to be scaled down, although that helps. We can also do a non-uniform scale like so. Kind of pull those in. And then the elbow can go back up. Cha-ching. And cha-ching. All right. Now for that other side, the forearms here, you know what? Let's see if we can duplicate or mirror this thing. Really quickly, I'm going to do a modification to this because I think it might be cool. So I'm going to go into Cylinder 3D, make Polymesh 3D here. And we're going to go to Brush, Insert, Model Kit, M. And we're just going to grab that. Thought I just had it, this thing. And now we can just steal it by going to Brush, Modify Topology, Mesh from Brush. And what direction is this? So we'll turn on the floor. It is, I'm going blind, my eyes are getting too old for this. It's Z forward. So we can do mirror and weld across the Z. Yeah, I think that'll work. If we want to spread these out a little bit more, we can still, let's try that. So brush, create insert mesh, new. And now we'll go back to our character here. And we can go ahead and get rid of that for now. And we can delete this one. Grab our new brush, drag that out, and get rid of that floor. And let's see if we can just scoot it right along here. So that'll kind of fit up in there. Doesn't need to be perfect, but what I'm going to do now, split mask points, I'm going to take this thing here. It's already been squashed. I'm going to go ahead and go back to my original brush here. And we'll go ahead and drag it out on this one here. And we can go ahead and rotate it around. Surface normal. There we go. And then maybe we could even double it up. Let's see how that looks. It's a little bit wide. Let's see if we can shoot that at the top, hold down shift, shoot that to the top, merge these things down, and let's squeeze those in just a bit. Which of course means these need to be squeezed in just a bit. Which of course means this needs to be squeezed in just a bit. No biggie. Good enough. All right, does that match our little drawing? Close enough. And so we'll do this, and then the wrist is going to be more of a hinge joint the other way. So brush, insert, model kit, M. I want to do double-sided on all of these things. let's do that one. And go back here, make polymesh 3D, geometry, modify topology, mesh from brush. How we doing over here? And I'm gonna go here, let's see. So this one I'm gonna actually move. So there's Z forward, so there's the midline here. So now when I do a mirror and weld across the Z, it should go there. And now I can make it more wrist-like by doing Control-Shift. And then we'll go to Brush, Insert, Create Insert Mesh, New, back to our model. Like I said, we can reuse these, so no big deal. And these are just concept blockouts, so they don't have to be perfect or make a whole lot of sense just yet. We can fix all this stuff in post. You'll see. Okay, so that's that. We need some sort of way for this to kind of interact with this. So the easy way out, actually let's move all this stuff down. So I'm gonna go Shift up, Shift up, Shift up, Shift up. Temporarily, I'm gonna merge all these together. So Control E, 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 and now I can move all these down. I'm gonna leave those together for a little bit. Okay, now this thing. How do I want to play this? You know how I want to play this? The easy way. Resolution, quick save, Dynamesh. Hopefully it's not too high, 528. I think we're working it smaller than Z-sphere size, so it shouldn't be too terrible. Drink of water. Oh, that's pretty terrible. Okay, undo that. I also forgot to hit apply. I'm going to do smooth subdivisions up to 3. And let's drop that resolution down to project resolution, Dynamesh. Much better. That's fine. Doesn't need to be beautiful. And again, I can recreate all of this later once I figure out what I want to build. So it's not like Dynameshing I'm losing that much. But what I'm gaining is the ability to figure out how I'm going to get these damn shoulder joints to work with a canister of rice. So, you know what else I'm going to do? I'm going to fix this thing too. Project, blur, Dynamesh. It doesn't have to be rice. That's just what the canister was. So it's very much a canister of rice with shoulders on it right now. I mean, and it doesn't have to be. Basically, to answer your question a little more completely, it's just the old shapes I was kind of picking. I just wanted to get nice big shapes, and I was like, you know what? I want it to be kind of like an antique kind of robot look. So what better way to get an antique robot look than to look at old early 1900s cans of rice. I wish I had a better answer. Smooth sub, there we go. And let's go ahead and let's turn on dynamic on these things here and here. All right, so we were going to integrate these things. Let's go ahead and there we go. Because we need to hop in a painter. It's already 9. It's taking me 30 minutes to do this. A jip. All right, so we've got this thing here. I'm going to shoot it to the top. I'm going to shoot this thing to the top. And I'm going to duplicate this, do a subtractive mesh. I'm going to go ahead and inflate this just a bit. And then I'm going to merge this down onto this one. I keep forgetting to apply those subdivisions. That's okay, we'll just smooth this out. Good enough. So now it at least has a little something in there. And if we want to be fancy, we can also go onto the side here and go strap a cylinder on the side here. Split. Crease. Move. And also if we want to, we can go ahead and smooth this one, apply it. Alt tap that little thing in there, smooth a little more, apply it, shoot it to top, shoot it to top, merge down, turn off project, turn off blur, dynamesh them together, and now we have a nice compound shape. Is that how I would do it in every program? No, but that's how I'm going to do it tonight. Okay, so we've got this, we've got this. Now let's figure out them legs and them hands. And that's another thing too, is we can kind of tell it a little story. You know what? I did have some, well, we'll finish this out. There was also a really cool like watering can I want to do too. So we'll make that into a robot. So we got this here. Now for hands, I guess we'll keep it simple still. We can also go in here and do like a tactical version that's going to have cloth and stuff too. And then like a Wall-E, like this guy is kind of the Wall-E version. And then I want to do a kind of an iMac version, kind of like his girlfriend. And then I want to do like tactical version, which we might need a little bit of cloth for, but that should be fun. So hands, let's do the hands on a separate file temporarily. It'll be a little bit easier. So for hands, just grab any cylinder, any shape will do, except for that one apparently. There we go. Make polymesh 3D, initialize Q cube. I'll make some hands here. Q mesh, polygroup ball, thin it out. And we will move this thing. So that'll kind of be, and we want to keep it pretty hand-like. So from the front, anatomically speaking, hands are going to be kind of curved this away and then this away. So we'll do that too. And then, okay, let's do this. Alt-E-M, just drag a plain old cube on there. We'll go ahead and split mass points. And we'll shrink it down. That'll be the start of our first finger here, which, if I'm looking at it this way, we'll do the thumb on this side. So the thumb is kind of down and maybe rotated out just a bit. Cool. And then, okay, finger joints. We want them to be jointed. Let's go ahead and just do this, make it easy on myself. So for a thumb, rotating. So that's going to swing that way. That needs to be like a ball joint. I'm just going to drop a ball right here temporarily. Split. And then for this one, oh, you know what? I could probably just merge those. Let's do it. Geometry, oh, subtop, subtool. I'm going to hit D, apply. This one, sure, whatever. Merge down. Nice. Okay. Now on this one, it's going to bend, want to bend this away. So I'm going to go through here and I'm going to clip out a circle like this. Wait. Give me a second. Okay, let's just do this. I don't do robots very often. How do robots work? Okay, let's see. We'll split this off here. We're just going to make it first, and that will answer all of my robotic questions. So if this thing needs to rotate like so, and come down, this joint needs to go this way, which will represent with a simple cylinder. And actually, now that I got that cylinder in there, we can go ahead and split that. We can go ahead and turn on crease, divide it up, go ahead and duplicate it, apply that, shoot it to the top, and then we can take this one, shoot it to the top, this one, shoot it to the top. Now this one I'm going to duplicate twice, because what I'm going to do is take this one here and this duplicate here, make it a subtractive mesh, merge it down, and then same thing for this one. It's on the duplicate here, merge it down. There we go. So now we have a joint, and then these two little pieces here fit nicely around that joint. That's a little sharp for my tastes, so I'm going to go in here and just clip, clip, smooth it, smooth it. Like I said, I can Z-remesh these shapes later. No big deal. This shape I like. Okay. And we got our little joint here. So that's our thumb. It can rotate this way, and then it can rotate this way. This will be fun to rig, or for somebody else to rig, I should say. And then this is going to bend down. So let's go ahead and drop in a cylinder looking, I guess it doesn't matter. This way's fine. Split hidden, or split mass point, sorry. Crease it, move it. And now these finger joints are going to do kind of the same thing. I'm not going to do a bunch of finger joints. I'm just going to do one and then duplicate it. We can go ahead and shrink these down here. Now for a hand, it's going to need to look something like this. So we got dot stroke. So from the top, we've got our thumb. And then this one's going to go this way. Because again, I want to keep it vaguely human. There's our ring finger, there's our middle finger going straight, and there's our little pinky off to the side. So something like that, and then there's our little thumb. So let's go back to our dude here. Nope, not that dude. This dude. So something like this. Let's make this a little thicker. Make this more like a knuckle. Or we could double it up. Let's try that. Control Shift. Move it. And now we can have a little, let's go Alt-E-M. Let's grab a little cube here. And we'll just put a little cube in there. Split mass points. Shift-D. And we'll just make that fit right in here. Rotate it around a little bit. Shrink it. Move it. All right. And I guess before I get too far, I'm going to go ahead and take this top plate and let's go ahead and make this a little fancier. And by fancier, I just mean moving some vertices, because that's as fancy as I get tonight. Fancy, huh? Hand plate, hand plate. Good enough. And then this will just back up to the wrist there. Alrighty. So we got our finger here. Let's make the finger a little bit longer. And again, I want it vaguely human. So I'll take my excellent anatomy sketch. And I'll shoot these to the top, merge them down temporarily. And we will just rotate this here. And that should be about that long. And then another knuckle, which we can just do as, let's go ahead and Shift A, split hidden. Let's rotate this just a bit more. And then drop in a cylinder here. And this one we could Dynamesh if we wanted to, but we'll leave it for now. But we will go ahead and split this. And I guess I could draw out, you know, do an insert mesh of the hand that ZBrush has, but I think this will be close enough. So here, and then this thing I'm going to duplicate. And we'll subtly, oh so subtly rotate this in. And then, so this one is that long, that one is that long, and then this one's going to be the shortest one. Now I wonder if I should double this one up, or is that dumb? Because we got a thick knuckle here. If we do this, that's going to look weird. Okay, we'll leave it. So we'll rotate this one, and then in here, we're just going to duplicate this. Rotate it a bit. One more duplicate. And we will shorten this one. And if we want to also, yeah, since these are going to be pretty thin from the profile here, let's go ahead and thicken them up. means this one should be an auto groups, and we're going to do a brush auto masking. There we go. And now I can just tell it only move that one. Okay. And this one, should the knuckle be on the inside? I think not. Knuckles need to be thicker, because I said that'll work. Let's make this a little bit more natural, or as natural as robotics can be. Old robotics. All right, one finger, good enough. So hold on, let me get all these in a row here. Turn off, mask my polygroups here. And these ones I guess we can just duplicate for now. And this one I'm just going to nudge into place and then do a non-uniform scale. And then this one I'll duplicate again. And I'm going to mirror this one across the X. Get that curve going in the other direction. And then this one we will just uniformly scale down to about there. And we'll go ahead and rotate this one down. Just follow that nice curve. Exciting, I know. Fingers, they're the worst. Alrighty, so we got our joints here. Let's go ahead and just do a quick, I'm going to merge all these fingers down. Because I think we'll be able to just do a crease dynamic. There we go. I guess we'll do one on here too. That will work for now. So now how many visible? 20,000, not bad. I'm going to merge all these, and this can just be our hand mesh for now. So I'm going to look at it straight on, brush, create insert mesh, new. We can hit Control N, clear our canvas, go back to our original guy here, and now you've got a hand. Split mask points, turn off dynamic, and now let's bring our picture back. Oh, my shoulder's getting sore. Need to stretch before I go live streaming. Turn on transparency, and boy, those hands are big. Let's go ahead and scale those down. Push that back. Alrighty. Whew, we're getting there. Now I'm going to put a big old like axle right between his legs, but going side to side. And then we'll put a plate on the side, give him some hip joints, leg joints we've already got kind of made. Now I think we're almost ready to go into Painter here. So let's get cracking. So we've got, how do I want to do this? Let's do it like we were doing earlier. I'm just going to grab a miscellaneous whatever, make a polymesh 3D, brush, insert. Let's go look at our model kit again, not our zipper kit. BI model kit. And then looking for a, oh, there we go. That'll be perfect for what do they call those? Something on a vehicle. You can tell them a real gearhead. So those things that go on the back of the axles that have things in it, make cars go, wheels turn. Let's see if we have anything. We'll do this one. Okay, so again, geometry, modify topology, mesh from brush, and where are we pointing here? Let's say this way, mirror and weld across the Z, and then we'll take, we want to make sure that we have a midline here. We can just go into here to, well, let's do a quick bevel, and then we'll do another quick mirror and weld. And now we've got this I can just pull. Yeah, I guess we can just fit that however we want. I guess I can get rid of that. That was dumb. Don't do that. You don't need to put that in there. So now we've got this, and I want to drag it in. You know what? I don't want to drag this one in because he doesn't have a whole lot of flat areas on him anymore. Well, I guess I could drag it down the bottom. Okay, I changed my mind. We'll go here. Oh, we could use this one too. We'll go back. There we go. So B, granular mesh brush, new. And I could be making a library out of these brushes, but I didn't think of that till just now, so it's too late. Pop that in there. Split mask points. Now this one is going to have to fit up in here. Because I like that silhouette. And I mean, it's easy enough because that's Dynamesh, but now I'm wondering, I am gonna shrink this down just a little bit. We'll see how this plays out. So we're gonna shrink this down here. We'll give him some bigger hip joints maybe. And then I'm just going to do a quick, let's go solo mode here. There we go. So we'll do a mirror and weld on this guy, and then we'll mask these endpoints and just pull these out so we can keep them the detail right. And those will pass through, and we'll put some hip joints around this guy. Yeah, that's what we'll do. Yeah, okay, let's try this. So again, we're going to mask. We'll pull that a little bit more, give ourselves a little bit more wiggle room here. So it looks like this, all right, take it back. Let's pull this in. I'm changing my mind here. Oh, come on. So if I pull this, so this is going to go through. And then, all right, let's get some legs on them and see how this works. So I'm not sure how I want these things to work. And again, it doesn't have to really, really work, but while I'm doing this, I might as well try to make it somewhat working-ish. So we'll give him some little legs here. And actually, we already have little legs, but we can also give him custom legs. They're pretty easy to do. You saw how easy it was to make these things, so we just make those again. So here's his little legs. Those will drop in here. And then this thing here. And I don't have to be like religious with this thing. This was a 10-second sketch you saw, but I kind of like what's going on in there. So I'm going to keep it. So I'm going to scale this way down, and I'm going to drag these out again. So that'll be my little through line here. And let's go ahead and center this guy, because that makes a little bit more sense here. Oops. And let's get rid of that. There we go. So we got legs here, and now we need knees, which can just be this thing. Let's go ahead and duplicate this down. And then I'm going to go out of X mode. What? That's DMX. So let's see, we got some knees here. And then E. Crankshaft, that sounds right. Is it a crankshaft? We watch Count's Customs. So all the car stuff I know I've learned from Danny the Count in Las Vegas, Nevada. But obviously I don't actually learn very much because I don't know shit. But yeah, I think crankshaft is correct. That's why I always do research, because otherwise I would be lost. We'll turn off LSIM here. We'll do a quick mirror and weld. And now he's going to have some really stumpy leg, but that's okay. Again, we'll just make some custom stumpy legs here. We're going to duplicate this one off, and we'll just do some really quick girder steel lightning stuff here. And then again, you know what? We'll just keep doing this one. We'll duplicate this one down. Perfect. So where do we get long? Here. Let's turn on ghost transparency. Actually, we'll do transparency, not ghost transparency. And I am actually going to take this thing and pull it out front. There we go. Because I do like how squat he is. So I'm going to temporarily get rid of him. And then this thing here is his knees. Let's see, knees. And then ankles underneath the knees. So ankles need to go hereabouts. And then feet. All right. And just, I kind of have him sketched so he's kind of in a natural stance, but I'm going to keep his legs straight forward just so the rigger doesn't have that hard of a time. And then we'll take this here, which means he's going to have some really, really short shins. We'll see how that plays out, because sometimes what looks cool in a concept don't work in real life. Story of my professional career. So we'll see how it plays out. See how those are almost touching. Eee. You know what? I'm just going to size these things down. That's fine. Move you back out. And for feet, let's just do here, split hidden. Sorry, split masked. And we can do a little heel back here and go all the way up here. And then we'll go a little bit of here. Now, if you want to get a little shape in here, let's go ahead and just dynamesh these things. Turn them into little brick feet. And then we'll go in here with our clip curve brush and we'll kind of feel out. Like, so it goes big toe to little toe, right? And then here in the middle, so it should actually go like this. And then the heel in the back. And then kind of we'll mask this. And then we'll go big toe to little toe-ish. We'll go ahead and dynamesh that first. There we go. Now we can see how this plays out. Still a little more subtle. Or it might not be worth it. Let me see if we can do here. Maybe a curved. Nope. Screw it. Okay. Let's move this in here. All right, now if I want to, I can skinny. I don't want to skinny up his feet, but I could skinny up these heels here. So let's take this shape here, and we'll just find that middle point, squeeze that in there, and actually let's lengthen it out. I'm going to anchor this point here, and we'll scoot this part out like so, and then we'll mask this part, and then we'll just shove this straight down in there. Again, we're doing sloppy modeling, but it's okay because I'm just getting my shapes in there, and I can always figure it out later. My real shapes here. Good enough. So now with this thing, I want to go into transparency mode, and let's move those feet down just a tad so that ankle will fit, let's say, right in there. We'll go ahead and clip this out, hold down Alt, and then clip curve. Nice. Okay, same thing for everything up here. So first I'm going to rotate these a bit. And again, if we want to lighten these legs up, which we do, let's just do it real quick. I'm going to Q mesh a single poly. I'm just going to hold down Shift as I Q mesh just to kind of push them along those, just to kind of resize the mesh here. And we're going to go err on the side of thinner at first. And then up here is where it's going to cut in. So actually, let's go ahead and do insert single edge loop, and we'll kind of give myself an indication of where those need to kind of shrink in. And then through here, I can go, okay, you need to be sliced. We'll slice like here and here just to kind of lighten that up. And then we'll do Control Shift, grab our select lasso, invert that, Control W, Q mesh, polygroup all, pull out a little border here. And now we can do Q mesh, single poly, womp, womp, Q mesh, polygroup all, and we can put in a little lip here, maybe. Or maybe we have to do polygroup flat. Is there a poly loop and flat? Or is there a polygroup and flat? Let's just do flat and polygroup. There it is. So we can pull that out. And same thing for back there. And then we can do our old trusty dynamic Q grid up, smooth down, coverage like so. Good enough. So now we have that. We can go ahead and hit apply, dynamesh it, and now it's easy enough just to go through here and go, you know what, I need to shrink you down just a little bit more. Just a little bit. And then Control Shift, circle, clip. Oh, I guess we forgot that border shouldn't have gone up there. That's okay. Here. Whoops, can't cross over. Okay, what we're going to have to do is clip that back first to about here. And now we can clip. And actually, now that I think about it, these don't have to sit on the outside here. Duh. They can be, there's going to be something in between here. So let's take these things, and let's do a quick group by normals. Does that help us? Let's drop that down just a little bit. A little bit more. That's what I'm looking for. So I'm going to take this. Let's do a quick, turn off LSIM, do a quick mirror and weld. Grab this one. Oops. Invert that, delete hidden. Grab this one, invert that, delete hidden. And I mean, I guess, you know what, it's going to be welded. I'm doing more work than I need to. Because I might want that to be a separate material. Screw it. So we're going to do bridge, 2 holes here, 2 here. And then go out of solo mode here. Same thing for this one, but I'm gonna keep shrinking these things down. We're gonna give them tiny angles. Size. Let's move this one out. Now, do I want the ankles on the outside? Yeah. Ankles on the outside. And then just same thing again with this thing. Let's go ahead and do our 20, 21. A little smaller. There we go. Mirror and weld. Delete hidden. Delete hidden. Bridge, 2 holes, 1. Beautiful. So now I'm going to take this one. I'm going to temporarily just hide this. I'm going to temporarily just hide this so I know what these things need to loop around here. So these things can be actually quite a bit bigger. And let's rotate from the center here. Cool. Control Shift, clip. And luckily, now that I see this, I'm going to get rid of those borders there. Let's try this again. Rotate and embiggen. And if I am going to leave those alone, we can put another few slices in here, I think. As long as it doesn't cross over that little one, we're fine. Yeah, that's good enough. Q mesh, single poly. Or do I want to do this one? And this one? Not that one. Control W and that'll be good enough. Dynamesh. Clip. And I could do a insert mesh brush, but I'm really trying to avoid that. But damn it, it's going to make me, isn't it? That's all right. Insert cylinder, 32. Pushed it in there. Stretched this out. Put it in place. We can try scaling it up. All right, now I'm just going to do a quick group as Dynamesh sub, and we're golden. And this side up here I don't need to do that with, so we can try. See how much easier that is. I lose one side. Mirror and weld that. Bring these back. Bring these back. And this one up here. These are close. Those are pretty close. Let's go ahead and delete that. Take this one, duplicate it. Let's go ahead and mirror it in the Y. Boom. Easy. Now this thing I'm going to make smaller. Okay. Then I'll have a flap down here and maybe some bigger hips on the outside. We'll see how that goes. And I might have to embiggen these legs up. Because he's looking, those arms are looking really long too. No biggie. We'll go here. Actually, we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. And now we'll go LSIM on. And then we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we will. That feels a little bit better. Oh man, oh, my shoulders hurt so much today. Scoot this up. You talking smack again? Better check yourself. Alright, we got this. We can try putting that crankshaft on here. We'll see how that goes. We'll let that sit for splits for a second here. Because I need to figure out, you know, this is going to have a bigger mechanism in the middle here. So what I'm going to do is duplicate this off, go into solo mode, and we're just going to quickly split or slice that, do a quick mirror, mirror, and weld, and I'm just going to harvest these things, delete hidden, and close convex hole. Auto groups. And now I'm just going to go do a, actually before you close holes, you can probably just do an inflate. And I'm just going to go ahead and, I think inflate works best if you do insert, get rid of that insert single edge loop here. And we'll inflate this up, inflate it again, mirror and weld, and that'll kind of be his middle area here. I think that'll work, and now I can go ahead and close convex hole here. Actually, you know what? I think I have arms and legs I can steal from other robots I've done. Might do that too. Let's go ahead and pull these in. And this one, let's duplicate that off, hit X, and we'll just shove this out here and we'll see how this plays. So we don't want that to scrape. Crease, crease, and all of this stuff I can just kind of delete out of this thing with Dynamesh, which is okay. I think we'll be in good shape. Let's take this one actually. And we'll go Control Shift, mask, Control Shift drag, do a little transpose modeling. There we go. I like that. So now what we can do if we want is take this, we'll do an insert, single edge loop. And then we'll do, grab these, Control W, Q mesh polygroup all. We can bevel. And let's just do a quick crease dynamic. Wait, uncrease all, crease, there we go. So that's fine. This, hold on, let me Google crankshaft. I need the housing. It is a what does the web call it? Well, I guess it is axle housing. Okay, so that's the kind of thing that sits on the back of that, and then it goes and splits out this way. You know what, I think this will be good enough. I'll put it on there. Okay, but what I am going to do is go ahead and just do a quick group by normal so I can Q mesh this out a bit. Stick that in there. We'll hit D. And we will scale this down just a bit. And you know what? I'm also going to go and always got to do sound effects. Alrighty, I think that'll work. And I think that'll work. And I think this needs to get pulled back just a little bit first. And then I think that'll work. Okay, we're getting close. Does this thing need to be fancier? Let's look. Let's look. Brush insert model kit M. We can put a little fancy end on here. That's pretty fancy. That's our crankshaft. Little bolt. Oh, that'll look cute. Let's do that. I did. You know I did. Man, you should have heard me playing Ninja Turtles. It was like nonstop, like yop yop. Ah. And then get a drink of water. Yeah, it was He-Man figures and Ninja Turtle figures. I rocked all day. And then I would go and get my sister's, they had these big Barbie houses that were like had an elevator that went up and it had like 3 levels. Oh man, Cobra Commander and He-Man and Ninja Turtles just rocked the Barbie house like nobody's business. Let's see here, we'll crease this. Dynamic, and let's go ahead and crease that. There we go. That'll work. Now, at this point, you can get as fancy as you want. As far as just like detailing this thing out, let's do a small detail pass. That's always fun. Before we hop into Painter here, go D, dynamic subdiv, D, dynamic subdiv, and oh yeah, we got to clear the space out too. So I'm going to merge these two things. I'm going to go ahead and apply these, shoot it to the top, shoot it to the top, merge it down. Make sure those are applied. Dynamesh them at a fairly high resolution. Let's go to smooth stronger here. Oh yeah, Ken got involved too. Although, you know, Ninja Turtles and He-Man, man, those Barbies were Amazon. They were tall ladies. Very leggy. I also had Beetlejuice figures. Anyone remember Beetlejuice figures? I had a bunch of those for some reason. I don't know how Beetlejuice got big enough. I guess it had the cartoon. And I guess I enjoyed the cartoon. But when I was a kid, me and my friend, we made like audio tapes of movies we liked. So it was like Terminator 2 and Beetlejuice, the 2 biggest influences on my life. I did an audio tape of Beetlejuice and I would just watch it or listen to it while I drew in my closet because that's where my little drawing desk was. And so I have pretty much that whole movie memorized. Good times. I don't want to detail this out. Not finding a whole lot of inspiration on detailing out these things. Let me go into solo mode here on these feet. And yeah, let's go ahead and separate these out. So I'm going to do Control-Shift-A, split. And then we'll grab this one, Control-Shift-A, split, and turn off all these poly paints. And really, I probably don't need this anymore, the little sketch we did, so just kill that. I'm going to go in here with my trim dynamic brush. What else did I have in my room? I I was collecting comics at the time. I still got like 2 boxes of comics. Unfortunately, I hit the comic scene like right when alternate covers, Image Comics had just like made a big splash. I think Todd McFarlane had. I mean, not just. I mean, I'd been collecting comics before that, but right around that time when I was really getting into collecting comics, it got into like the collector thing where it's like, oh, it's kind of like Beanie Babies at the time. It was like, I'm gonna retire on my comic book collection. I've got the Spawn #2 first appearance of Violator with the, what was it, the little coupon in it for the issue #0. I still have that, by the way. Is that thing worth any money? Because damn it, I never got that coupon taken out of it. Yes, Spawn, Savage Dragon, the Max was a big one. I think Jim Lee had some stuff too, like the Thundercats, not the Thundercats, but some sort of. They all sounded the same. Him and Rob Liefeld. Oh, they were all like Blood Dragon and Death Skull. Everybody had those names. Not the shiningest moment, I suppose, in comic book history. And everybody had the variant cover and the collectible and the die-cut Punisher edition. I still had like the Death of Superman. It was like, oh man. Unfortunately, that was my comic book experience. My formative comic book experience was collector's editions. Die-cut covers. Mylar bags and little backing sleeves, and I didn't get to see it that much. I know Spawn also had. I enjoyed Spawn. I mean, I'm not trying to shit on these things, these properties or anything like they're bad or anything. I did enjoy them, but yeah. So Spawn had the cartoon, but I think that was on HBO, and I was pretty young. I wasn't even allowed to watch The Simpsons at the time. Like I think it's before or after my parents got a divorce. Either way, The Simpsons were kind of frowned on in my household, which. You know, Simpsons are my favorite show in the history of the world. And they made me who I am today, so I guess if I'm a terrible person, they were right, but I think I'm all right. I made it out okay. But, yep, I didn't get to see a lot of that. I got to watch Beavis and Butthead when I went and visited my grandma in Las Vegas. My real mom's mom lived in Las Vegas, and she would go to bed early, and I would stay out in the living room and watch Beavis and Butthead. And kind of more detailing I want to do. Let's go ahead and separate these things out too. I'll keep that, but I also want to detail a little bit more out of this hand here. Let's go ahead and yeah, so Liquid Television was new, and I went over to my friend Casey's house, and I would watch Liquid Television, Beavis and Butthead, early Mike Judge stuff, and then we'd watch Beetlejuice and Terminator 2, the old the Star Trek, the original series movies. So Wrath of Khan and what else? The one with the whales. The good Star Trek movies. I'm a huge fan of Star Trek Next Generation, the show. Not the biggest fan of the movies. I think Red Letter Media has pretty much killed any fond memories I have of any Next Generation movies. And the Star Wars prequels. Good reviews though. But yeah, don't remember those too fondly anymore. Yes, gold foil covers and live action Super Mario Brothers, live action Double Dragon, and I want to say the Double Dragon one had the guy who was in Terminator 2, who played the liquid metal guy, Robert Patrick. I think, don't quote me on that. And that was after Terminator 2, so I was like, wow, I think it was after Terminator 2, where he went from Terminator 2 to like Double Dragon. Ugh. And I'm going to grab all these fingers off and split them off here. this will work. He needs more mechanisms in here. All right, let's just cheese this up here. This is how I cheese things. Split mass points, make a Dynamesh something in there, and then just go. Give him a little palm, and then we'll go to transparency mode. Yeah, he was in the X-Files. Oh no, another TV show I'm a huge fan of is the X-Files. I watched the crap out of that while it was on the air, and then later I ended up getting the box set, and I've seen the whole box set like 10 times through. I usually tap out at around like season 7, I want to say. It's a little rough. Let's see, X. But yeah, he was on that. He's been in a couple stuff since then, TV show wise. Let's see. Okay, here's another trick. If you want to make a straight line and move your camera to that straight line, just do your transposed line and then hit Control, and that'll make that a straight line. So now I can go in here with my clip and kind of clip in straight like I've been trying to do. And then I can go in from here. So what I'm trying to do is just like carve out some knuckles. Is that the one where they revamped it? Where they came on, like the old cast came back, David Duchovny and Gillian Anderson? I watched Kumail Nanjiani ended up, he's a huge X-Files fan. He's got a podcast. I need to listen to it. Was also, I think he got to be a character on there. I was so excited for it, and I watched the first couple, and I was like, meh. I didn't hate it, but I wasn't also like enthralled with it. But then I started watching like Silicon Valley or Breaking Bad or something, and I totally forgot about it. Okay, so I've got this palm carved out, and now I can just get rid of this top part here, I think. Let's go ahead and do some trickery here. I'm going to go into my masking settings, do mask convex. If I've never showed you guys that, Joseph Drust, I saw this from him, but if you go into your depth, and I have mask convex and mask concave, and you can see the depth is turned on, and I just basically pull this down. So if you do convex, you can go through here and mask, and it'll respect your edges. So you can just kind of quickly, although I kind of did a crappy job there, you can just kind of quickly go through and mask things, and it should respect your edges a little bit better. And then you can go back to your regular mask pen there. Yeah, I guess I should go back. This is doing some really weird stuff. This geometry. Do I have something weird masking? Topological. It's like a graphics card glitch. Oh boy. It's weird. Oh, I got dynamic turned on. Duh. Yeah, and anything's acting weird. Look at the auto masking options in your brush, and then make sure you don't have dynamic turned on. Like an idiot that I am. Okay, so mask. Control Alt tap. Let's see. That'll be my little palm side. Raise it up just a little bit. What else? But I would go to my friend Casey's house, and I would play on his NES a lot. I didn't have a game system at the time. A lot of Mario Brothers, and then I finally got my own game system, which was a Sega Genesis. I went to Salt Lake City, Utah to visit my grandma, and my mom gave me $100, and she was like, you should take your aunts and uncles to dinner or something with this. I was like, okay. And then as soon as I got there, I went to like Kmart or something, and I bought a Sega Genesis. I'm a rotten child. Oh, I did feel bad. Don't do that. If an impressionable child is listening, spend that money on your loved ones. Don't buy yourself a Sega Genesis and then hole up in the basement your entire trip. That's what I did. No regrets. Let's see. Let's do a quick zero mesh on this thing. Zero mesher. Depth of size down to 0. Yeah. Let's drop that target count. There we go. And so I got Sonic the Hedgehog that came with that. And then I got Mortal Kombat, of course. Mortal Kombat 2, as far as I'm concerned, is like the pinnacle of like graphics excellence. It was like graphics kind of peaked on Mortal Kombat 2 because they were doing that whole like digitized human being animation thing. And then everything started to go into 3D and it looked like shit. Not just Mortal Kombat, although that looked pretty terrible too at the time when they started going to do their 3D stuff, but like Virtua Racer and anything that was Tekken, it was like, things were so beautiful. Like Mortal Kombat 2 was like awesome, and then all these really crappy 3D games started coming out. And actually, let's go ahead and slice this too. All right, I need to send this up here and send this up here and send this up here. Let's look at these things here. Oh yeah, MechWarrior 2. I'm trying to remember, because I started out, my friend Jason had Wolfenstein 3D on his PC. He was a PC gamer type dude. And I didn't have a PC until I went to college, for Christ's sake. Let's do a slice circle here. So I played a lot of that at his house, and then him and my other friend would play a lot of like Duke Nukem, and what else would they play? Let's go ahead and grab these. Another game that was kind of like Redneck Rampage was another one they played. Let's go ahead and slice a little chunk out of here. Yes. Yeah, I think my one of my friends' dad like worked in computers or something, so his dad was in on it. So he had a pretty good hookup with the whole computer thing. But yeah, the whole AOL chat rooms were a big thing back then. Let's just remesh this the same. There we go. All right, we cheesed that up. We got what we came to look for, which is a palm something. Ugh. Okay, good enough. Crease, dynamic. Bring everything back here. And then, I guess I personally didn't get a computer when I went to college, but my family got a computer after the divorce. I ended up, I got to play on a Mac a little bit. And so the only thing that was out for the Mac was like Seventh Guest, Mist and Riven, I think. Or maybe that was on my dad's work computer. A lot of that kind of stuff. I did play Doom 2. They wouldn't let me watch The Simpsons, but I could play Doom 2. Like, all right, I'll take that. Make sure this isn't flipped here. Yep. Okay, we got this. And split these off here. Guess we can't split hidden. There we go. And of course, let's see, delete hidden. Why won't you? There we go, split hidden. And then once you split stuff off, you can obviously just go back in and not do that, or get your subdivisions back. So now if we want to make this thing more interesting, like with some panel lines or stuff, we can also do that just in Painter, which I might be inclined to do. If we want to just like pop a little back plate off of here while it's Dynamesh, we can do that really quick too. Let's just do a quick slice, and we'll do like maybe a panel here, and we'll do a quick save first because sometimes this can get squirrely. Turn on groups, Dynamesh, isolate, Control-Shift-A. Go ahead and split this off. And then we'll do Control-Shift, slice this here. And then we'll do groups. Ah, see, I told you it got squirrely. That's why we always do a quick save before we do squirrely stuff. And now that one actually would have saved. If you go over here to your ZBrush recovered files, it'll be in there. Let's just see what it looks like. Because we do have that quick save we can go back to. But what I'm afraid of is, let me see, Control-Shift-A. Nah, I didn't do it. So I'm going to do a quick split hidden. And then, oh man, yeah, it really doesn't like that mesh. Sometimes it does that. All right, we'll just pull back our quick save then. How are we doing on time? All right, got 30 minutes to get it in a painter. See plugin. Now, once I have all this stuff done, I'll be able to apply arms and legs to the same, like we just do. I can do unique meshes, so it'll go a lot faster there. So, and I can also pull in arms I've already done. So Z plugin, no, we want to go to quick save. All right, ZBrush, you made a liar out of me. I was like, this will be good. We'll just do some quick panel splits. Shift A, Control W, group, split hidden, Control W, Control Shift. We'll go ahead and slice. I really just work this once. Yes, okay. Control Shift A, Control W, group, split hidden. Now we can go ahead and go to subtool here. We can go U, and U can be together forever. Control W, turn off groups, dynamesh those back together. And now we've got this little panel thing here. So for this panel thing, you know, maybe this thing can like rotate on a hinge in here. I didn't really think this through, but it's the thought that counts. So we can go through here. Let's go to our military brushes here. Brush, military. And then we can do, you know what, I'm not going to do a little finger pull. I was thinking we could do like a simple notch here. Go away, OBS. Or we could do like, you can pull it out from this side and then do like a little finger lever. But what this guy probably would end up having, oops, is probably more like, let me see, brush, insert. Ooh, you know where handles are, I think? Let's go to brush. Brushes, beta tester brushes, was there Mac? No. Wait. No. Damn. Brush, insert, model kit, maybe. Yeah, there we go. So here's a handle. Let's do a simple handle here. Now, let's see when we go to modifiers, turn up our strength. No, not our strength multiplier. That'll just make it bigger, projection strength. If we use that, if it'll start to kind of, all right, you know what we're gonna have to do first though? We've done this before. Geometry, modify topology, mesh from brush. Rotate it this way. Brush, create insert mesh, new. All right, so now with projection strength up, let's see if it'll kind of start curving. I guess it does. So if we put one right down the middle, and then we can just kind of plop that right in there. And we'll go ahead and do a quick split mask points. And for this one, what we're going to do, if we want to embed this in there, we can duplicate it, shoot it to the top, Control D a couple times, take this one, shoot it to the top, make this subtractive. We can do a slight inflate, merge those down, dynamesh. Let's dynamesh that at a little higher resolution. D. That looks pretty uninteresting, so let's do Control W. Let's do a clip. Clay brush. Brush insert. Actually, let's do a drag dot. We'll just drop in Z intensity up. Okay, brush insert. Let's see if they got another cute little bolt. Okay, then kind of rotate around this thing. Split. Split. Oh boy. Rotate around this axis. There we go. Now let's take this into Painter real quick. So how do I want to do that? First I need to save this thing. This will be BattleBot. What were these holders? Salt. Call them salt.